Strays is a new R-rated comedy and it is interesting to say the least. It is a pretty short movie. Then again, making a 2 hour long movie about talking dogs is gonna probably the reason why the writer strike is happening. But of course, this stars obviously dogs. Will Ferrell, I think it's Will Ferrell, but he sounds like the owner, right? No, Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx, and some other people, which I could care less about. In terms of voice actors, not actual characters, because it's a really good. It's an interesting movie. Like I keep saying, it's an interesting movie. We're literally hold on. I wanted to go see the movie, and I'm gonna tell you how many people were in the movie. Even though I did watch it on a Wednesday, in the middle of the day, to one person was watching the movie with me. So then again, I didn't expect much. It strays on a Wednesday in like midday. So didn't expect too much of a turnout. But I was the only guy in the theater, and hey, I got to laugh out loud so a little bit. But like I said, it's a very interesting movie, and I'll go through the plot and then a warning. That's right, a warning. I'll give a warning. Anyways, the plot is, of course, strays, right? Where Reggie is obviously a dog who lives with his owner, which is the last man on earth guy named Doug, who obviously, as a dog, you're innocent and you wouldn't assume anything bad of your owner, but of course the owner abuses him and tries to drop him off. And a lot of things. You see it a lot in the trailers, right? He drops the dog off, throws the ball, Reggie goes for it and brings it back, and of course he hates that. Right? But anyways, this time he drives like so far away, like in a different city. Drops him off and he actually can't find his way home. So he meets up with Doug, aka Jamie Foxx, and of course he is a stray and he teaches them the ropes and saying, "Hey man, I don't need no stray. I don't need no human. We strays, man. We can do whatever we want." And we get up with two other dogs, which make it very clear that they're very much into each other. And does he get to second base? Indeed, he does. That is one of the weird parts of the movie, but we'll get into that later. Of course, it's Maggie and Hunter, all that stuff, right? And then they have this wacky adventure where they finally teach Reggie that he was abused, and he comes up with the idea of biting Doug's very special place off, right? You can tell in the trailer they do say that. So it's a journey of going back and proceeding to do that. Of course, they do have some ups and downs as Reggie, or until in a way that Doug realizes that he in fact does want an owner, is because everything was going well until you bit his owner, right? It's a little girl. So a dog biting a little girl, now that's a big no, right? And then because if you bit another adult human, hey, he probably would have let that slide. I mean, he probably would have, I don't know, put him in timeout, but he would have let that slide, right? But he does in fact find a new human. So in fact, Doug and Reggie switch places. Reggie was the one who always wanted to go back to his owner and wanted to live with his owner. Well, Doug didn't. He hates humans, right? But then they switch. Now, at the end of the movie, Reggie is the stray teaching other dogs the ropes and how to be with each other and all that stuff. And Doug is the one with the human. Obviously, they do hang out with each other because they're best friends and all that stuff. And they have a lot of funny moments until one thing is where the mushroom scene is one of my favorite scenes of the movie, except for the part when you realize it's not so sunshine and rainbows, as they're playing with stuffed animals when it turns out they're killing a bunch of bunnies. Do they show it? I mean, yeah, but it's not realistic bunnies. You could tell that they didn't put that much effort into that, right? But is it a good movie? Kind of, but there's something that throws you off, and that is the warning I will give you, and that is if you're going to watch this movie, do not bring food. Do not. This is a movie that clearly shows you that it's R-rated, as it shows dogs' very special area. Multiple times, there's multiple pissing scenes where you actually see the stream, and there's an entire scene in the kennel where they take a shit in there. So this can easily turn you off of the movie, unless you're Israel Adesanya.
Fucking puppy porn, man. I had to double check that shit.
There's a lot of humping, a lot of stuff. If this is like I said, this is one of those R-rated movies where they kind of have to tell you that's R-rated. Like they swear like every other sentence, which kind of throws me off of the movie because I don't really like it when they swear in inconvenient places. Like you don't have to swear in this part. Why'd you do it, right? But is it funny? It is, but it's more of that it's stupid kind of funny. We're like, oh, that was so dumb. I'm gonna laugh at it, right? And of course, the weird thing of the dogs being actual dogs and not being CGI'd in, obviously, because you're not gonna CGI a dog the entire movie. It's weird, right? And it's weird because their mouths obviously are CGI'd because dogs can't talk. And there are certain parts in the movie where you can tell that a dog is looking at either a tree or definitely is not paying attention to the camera because they look away. Like, there's certain parts where they're talking and there's no reason for them to turn away, but they do because, well, they're dogs, right? My favorite character is, of course, Doug. Doug is my favorite dog, and then it's Reggie, and then it's Hunter, obviously the big dog Hunter. And our least favorite one is Maggie, but she was also a good one. So a good cast of main characters where the least favorite main character is still a good main character. That's how you know you got a good cast. And of course, do they end up getting the goal? Yes, they do end up biting Doug's thing off. Oh, by the way, I've been mispronouncing it. Jamie Foxx is his name Bug, not Doug. So every time I said Doug, I meant Bug. But anyway, Doug got his dingaling cut off, or chomped off. Obviously, good thing they didn't show it, right? But they do kind of show the aftermath, right? Is this a good watch? Oh man, this is one of the movies where you'll either love it or you'll hate it. You'll literally hate it because there's so much swearing, dog dinglings everywhere, pissing, shitting, and all that stuff. It's like, this can easily turn anyone off of the movie. I would not blame you if you left the theater. Right? But like I said, no snacks, no food, especially chocolate. Do not bring chocolate to eat while watching Strays, man. This is not going to be a good idea, I promise you. But it's funny. It's consistently funny. Obviously, not every scene or every other scene, but it is enough to the point where you're not just sitting there just watching a movie, right? You're going to laugh. Out loud? Maybe. I don't know. Everyone's humor is different. I didn't laugh out loud, but I did laugh to myself. Okay, well, out loud means that you did laugh, that people can hear you, but not bust out laughing, if you get what I'm saying. So it's funny, but not my favorite comedy movie, because it's like, but it is a dumb concept, and they do go with, of course, the dumb concept, and they go with it, and it works. Complaint, obviously, is less of the bodily functions, because I get it, it's an R-rated movie. You have to show that's an R-rated movie, but come on, bruh. You gotta tone it down a little bit, but will I be rewatching this? Hell no. No. It's funny, but they need to make a director's cut where they take off all those parts. But it is funny. It is funny, it does dog jokes, human jokes, sexual jokes. It does a lot of jokes, and they're funny. And of course, a lot of it does come from Reggie's innocence. It's the whole, they really show it in the trailers, like, oh, show that gnome that you're his daddy, right? And they're like, oh, hello, son. Hello, son. I didn't know you were a gnome. It's really weird that we meet up like this, right? And it's obviously funny in the trailer, and it is funny in the theater because it's more, like I said, the dumb humor where you look at it like, what's going on? Wait, that's dumb. That's stupid, right? But it is a decent watch. It is a 7 out of 10. Could have been higher if it wasn't for certain scenes, and you'll definitely see them. But yeah, Strays, I would not recommend because there's better movies in the theater right now. But if you were to watch Strays, I would be like, don't bring chocolate. That's about it. Anyways, like I hope you enjoyed the video. Next one will be the retrospective of the video game I was talking about. It's just that I actually watched this last minute, so I decided to make this video instead. But I hope to catch you in the next one. Or like I said, hope you enjoy the video, and I hope to catch you in the next one.
Approaching from the rear.